Eddie sat in her father's lap, giggling as he tickled her side, their laughter echoing through the warm sunlit living room. But everything changed when the phone rang one fateful afternoon. The hospital called. Her father had been in an accident. Eddie's world shattered as she sat in the sterile hospital room, holding her mother's hand, watching her father's heart monitor flatline. The vow left behind felt so great to overcome. In the months that followed, their home became quiet. Eddie's once vibrant laughter faded, replaced by heaviness of grief. Ellie, her mother, tried to comfort her, but she too was struggling. Eddie felt lost at school, where whispers followed her like shadow, reminding her that she was different, a girl without a father. As days turned into months, Ellie worked tirelessly at the dinner, trying to make ends meet. Eddie helped with chores, but felt the burden of responsibility pressing down on her small shoulder. Their evenings were filled with mute conversation, both holding tight to the reminder of their happier time. As Eddie entered her teenage years, the pressure mounted. Ellen's health began to decline, the stress manifesting in her exhaustion. Eddie took more responsibility, determined to be strong for her mother, yet feeling the weight of the world on her. When Eddie turned 25, her worst fear became a reality. Ellie passed away after a long battle with depression and health issues. Alone in the world, Eddie stood by her mother's grave, the tears flowing freely. She felt the crushing loneliness that threatened to consume her. After her mother's funeral, Eddie moved into a small cluttered apartment. It was a far cry from the home, filled with laughter. As she stared at the walls, she felt a mixture of grief and determination. This was a new beginning, but how would she navigate it alone? One morning, while grabbing coffee, Eddie met John, a kind stranger who noticed her quiet sadness. They struck up a conversation, and for the first time in a long while, Eddie felt a flicker of connection. John's words made her feel seen, if only for a moment. As weeks passed, Eddie and John's friendship blossomed. They explored the city together, sharing laughter and stories. Eddie found herself slowly opening up about her past, revealing the pain she carried. John listened intently, offering comfort without judgment. One evening, while watching the sunset at the park, Eddie realized her feelings for John were growing deeper. They shared their first kiss, a gentle meeting of lips that ignited hope within her. But with hope came fear. What if she lost him too? John sensed Eddie's hesitation, and one night, under a blanket of stars, he asked her to trust him. He proposed with a simple, heartfelt promise: I will always be here. Eddie had so, and with tears in her eyes, she said yes. Their wedding was a beautiful affair, held in a large garden surrounded by friends and family. Eddie wore a delicate gown, her heart swelling with love and gratitude. As she exchanged vows with John, she felt her parents present, their love guiding her into this new chapter. Months later, Eddie discovered she was pregnant. Panic wept over her as memory of her own childhood resurfaced. But John held her close, assuring her they would face everything together. Eddie embraced the thought of becoming a mother. The day their first child was born was filled with so much emotion. As Eddie hid her baby, she felt a love she had never known. But the challenge of sleepless nights and endless diapers changes tested her resilience. With each passing day, she learned the art of balancing motherhood and her own needs. A year later, Eddie welcomed their second child, and her heart expanded to accommodate this new life. The care of two little ones was overwhelming, but John was a steadfast partner, sharing the load and creating a home filled with laughter. One day, Eddie decided to take her children to visit their grandparents' grave. Sitting under the shade of a willing tree and shared story of her parents, painting vivid pictures of love. Our children listened with wide eyes, connecting to the roof of their family. Eddie faced difficult moments when her past insecurity resurfaced, but John stood by her, offering unwavering support. Together, they navigate the conflicts of life, growing stronger as a couple and as parents. As Eddie found moments to herself, she returned to her passion for art. She poured her emotion onto the canvas, each stroke a testament to her journey from pain to healing. With every painting, she reclaimed her voice. One sunny morning, Eddie woke up to the sound of her children playing. She suddenly felt hope and gratitude for the life she had built with John. As they gathered for breakfast, she looked around the table, her heart swelling with love. This was her family. Years later, Eddie watched her children grow, each of them carrying pieces of their grandparents in their hearts. She transformed her pain into strength, using her experience to teach them about resilience and love. Eddie stood on the porch, gazing at the sunset, grateful for the shadow that had once clouded her life. She knew they had shaped her into the person she was today, a mother, a partner, and a beacon of hope. As the sun dimmed below, she left the warmth of love surrounding her, emulating the path ahead. Eddie and John, with the kids, all live happily ever after.